Welcome everybody. All right, so let's go ahead and let's learn about CSS. Now, before we even start about anything with CSS, we need to take a look at how this affects your website, how websites are built, and a refresher of HTML. So if you haven't taken the 1-hour HTML course, I highly recommend that you do take it. If you already know HTML, that's okay. We can just go ahead and move forward. So the way that I like to think of websites is that HTML is kind of like the foundation, the main structures to the building. And CSS makes it look good, look presentable. So the way that it works is that you have these tags in HTML, and they all have the triangle brackets here, just like this. And we always have a triangle bracket and another triangle bracket with a closing tag. So that first P there is the opening tag, and the second P is the closing tag. Closing tags do have the slash in there, just like this, and most HTML tags have a closing tags. Some of them are self-closing, which means that there's no closing tag. All right. So if you want to type in something like Mammoth Interactive, like this, what will happen in the output is that you can see that there is some text here. Now, this text doesn't look too good. It's just some text on a screen. So what we do is we add in some styles to make it look good. So in order to do that, we need to add in our style here, just like this. Now we add in style equals two quotes, and we can say, for example, color orange. And you can see that as soon as that happens, we add in an orange color here. Now, what's interesting about this is that you can add in more than one style, because obviously that needs a lot of different stylings here. So for example, orange, we can go to background color. You need to have the dash, and let's just do black for the moment. And you can see that the entire background is turned black now. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to font family, and this font family is going to be impact. Okay, and you need a capital I, impact, like this, and there you go. You can see that the font family, which is essentially changing the font, is different. Now, between each style point, you need a semicolon, and once we go into the CSS, you'll also need a semicolon as well, so keep that in mind. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in a font size. Okay, we're going to say 50 pixels, and look at that, it's much bigger. Now keep in mind that, again, recording, that 50 pixels is actually a lot smaller than this. I just keep the font size big so everybody can see it. 100 pixels, that's more something like, a header here. But in this case, let's just do that 50 pixels, and there you go. You can see what that is. Now, you can do these styles on any tag. So let's say I wanted to add in, for instance, another paragraph tag, something like this. I'll say P, and then close that off with another P here. And, this is one paragraph with one style. And if I wanted a different style, I could say something like color will be black, semicolon, background color is going to be orange. So it's going to be kind of flipped. And if I just type in something like Mammoth Interactive, you can see that this one's a little bit different. And then we can also add in a different font family. Okay, and we'll add in a Courier font. I like that font. It looks pretty nice. And then what also we can do is we can add in font size like this, and that font size, we can say is 20 pixels. So it's a little bit bigger. Now, these are both two paragraph tags, but they have two different styles. You can add in a style to any given tag here. Now, what CSS is we take this style and we put it in a separate file. Okay? Now, in JSBin, that separate file is just another tab. But in reality, your CSS is going to be a different file in the same folder. All right? So let's take a look at how we can do the exact same thing in CSS in the next tutorial.